Next, let's talk about one of the most impressive and maybe a little bit controversial Winter Olympians of the 2026 Games. This is Chinese Eileen Gu. She's a freestyle skier, also known by her Chinese name Gu Eileen, Chinese-American freestyle skier and model. She's represented China in skiing halfpipe, slopestyle, and big air events since the 2018 season. As of the 2026 Olympics, Gu is the most decorated freestyle skier in Olympic history. Not the most decorated woman skier, the most decorated of any gender freestyle skier in Olympic history. That is very, very impressive. And you look at what she's accomplished: 6 total medals. She won gold in the 2022 Beijing Olympics in big air. She won gold in the 2022 Beijing Olympics in halfpipe, and silver in the 2022 Beijing Olympics in slopestyle. So she went 3 for 3 in all 3 of her events. In 2026, again medaling in all 3 events, winning. She follows up her gold in the halfpipe and wins it again in 2026 with a silver in big air and a silver in slopestyle. So she's silvered back-to-back times in slopestyle. She's won gold back-to-back times in the halfpipe. She wins gold 2022 in big air, and then that falls to a silver, but still very impressive. So 3 total golds, 3 total silvers. She also has a gold in the 2021 World Championships and golds in the 2021 and 2024 X Games, as well as the 2020 Winter Youth Championships. She was born and raised in the United States. She began competing for China in 2019 at the age of 18 and was the youngest Olympic champion in freestyle skiing after winning gold medals in the big air and halfpipe. Now with 6 gold medals, Time magazine named her as one of the 100 most influential people in the world under its Pioneers category on its annual list in 2022. She was subsequently featured on the magazine's 2026 edition. She was the 4th highest earning female athlete in the world in 2025. Now, how about that? So most Winter Olympians are struggling to survive. Some of them are having to steal their teammates' credit card information. Not Eileen Gu. She's the 4th highest earning female athlete in the world, and she's still very young. She's only 22 years old. Born in 2003 in San Francisco. Her mother is a first-generation Chinese immigrant. That's why she's able to race for China. Her father is American. Chinese media refers to her father as a Harvard graduate, but there's no public record of him. Her maternal grandfather was the chief electrical engineer of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Rural Development in China. She studied chemistry and biochemistry. Her mother studied chemistry and biochemistry, was a member of short track speed skating, moved to the United States to earn a master's degree in biochem and molecular biology from Auburn University. She raised her daughter as a single mother in San Francisco's Sea Cliff neighborhood. At 3 years old, Eileen Gu began skiing in Lake Tahoe, where Yan worked part-time as a part-time ski instructor. She joined the North Star California Resort free ski team at the age of 8 and won her first national race at the age of just 9 years old. Went to San Francisco University High. Every summer, she attended cram school in Beijing for mathematics. She scored a 1580 on the SAT, so she's also very, very smart, and she's a model, and her mom is very wealthy, and now she is very wealthy. She has it all, man. She literally has it all. She earned early admittance to Stanford University, her mother's alma mater, in December 2020, entered the freshman class in 2022. While at Stanford, she joined Kappa Kappa Gamma sorority and studied abroad in Oxford University. She took time off, obviously, this year to prepare for the 2026 Olympic Games. There is some controversy over whether she should ski for China or the United States. The Chinese Consulate General told BBC News that Gu would need to be naturalized or gain permanent residency in China to compete for its team. However, they clearly loosened those restraints because they allowed her to compete in 2022 and again in 2026. She refers to herself as an Asian American. In an interview with ESPN, she said, "Since I was little, I've always said when I'm in the US, I'm American, but when I'm in China, I'm Chinese. My appearance and the way I speak are completely American," she said. "No one can deny that I'm American. When I go to China, no one can deny that I'm Chinese because I speak fluent Chinese." By the way, another incredible thing about her, bilingual. She's familiar with the culture, fully identified as Chinese. Some of her sponsorships include, oh my gosh, so many. Luckin Coffee, JD.com, China Mobile, People's Insurance Company of China, Bank of China, Antisports, and Bozadring. She's also a brand ambassador for TCL Electronics. She's represented by IMG Models. She's appeared on magazines such as Cosmopolitan, GQ, and Vogue, all sorts of things. She's featured in campaigns for Louis Vuitton, Tiffany & Co. She's a Red Bull-sponsored athlete, a founding member of Victoria's Secret's VS Collective, and has an endorsement deal with Porsche. It's reported that she earned over $30 million in endorsements and advertising contracts in 2021 alone. According to media reports, her average fee per endorsement increased from $1 million back in 2021 to $2.5 million in 2022 after she won those 2 Olympic gold medals. In 2023, Forbes listed her as the second highest paid female athlete in the world, and in 2024, she was the world's third highest paid. In 2026, she is now the fourth highest paid female athlete in the world based on earnings of $23 million in 2025. So she's also super rich. She was raised by her mother, of course, and maternal grandmother. Let's see, I'm trying to look at some fun facts. She speaks fluent Mandarin Chinese as well as English. She plays piano as a hobby. She has converted to Buddhism. She did spark controversy in China for dancing with a French swimmer, Leon Marchand. If you remember Leon Marchand from the 2024 Summer Olympic Games, she said she was surprised by how the whole thing blew up into a whole thing. She said, do we really have nothing better to do? So she's not in a relationship with her. Her grandmother actually died during these Winter Olympics, which is crazy. And maybe that's what motivated her to go out there and win 3 more medals. She has stated that her broad purpose from international attention is to have global beneficial impact through her fashion and skiing. One estimate from the Chinese government is that more than 300 million people began participation in snow and ice sports since the 2022 Winter Olympics when Gu competed. Does that mean she inspired them? I don't know, but pretty cool. Eileen Gu, definitely one of the coolest athletes out of these Winter Olympic Games.